Hello, my name is Kostas Triantis, and I'm with the Industrial and Systems Engineering Department at Virginia Tech, and I'm here to provide you with a summary and an overview of our workshop on abstraction and elaboration that was held in February of 2016 in Frost, West Virginia. This was an NSF-sponsored workshop, and I'll start with the objective of the workshop, which was to investigate and define the theoretical foundations in systems engineering with respect to abstraction and elaboration. We started out with an initial premise that abstraction and elaborations are important processes that are commonly used in systems engineering. But based on that premise, we then asked the participants of the workshop to focus on four main tasks. The ones being, what are the theoretical gaps in the literature, defining an axiomatic framework for abstraction and elaboration, and what is it that we can borrow from other disciplines, and then how do we link the theoretical foundations to societal needs as well as to the practice of systems engineering. So we started out with the definitions of abstraction and elaboration, and very generally abstraction is the process that allows us to form concepts, abstract concepts recognizing a set of common features in individuals, and elaboration is the process of refining the concept that comes out of abstraction by adding detail. We were challenged also by the notion that we have to create theory, and so then we had extensive discussions on what constitutes theory in systems engineering and how do we get there. We agreed that we need to have both inductive and use both deductive and inductive approaches to doing this. I wanted to say something about the venue of the workshop. It was hosted in a place in West Virginia that allowed the participants time away from their normal activities and allowed for the maturing of team dynamics and the coming together of the group as a whole in terms of participating and contributing to the workshop. Next, I wanted to focus on some of the conclusions that are part of the poster, and to say that one of the groups focused more on the terminology and the definition of terms, coming up with very precise definitions of what we mean by the verbs abstract, elaborate, and compose, and you can read those on the poster itself. Conclusions from the second group. We started out with using an example as a way to approach the problem of defining theory of abstraction and elaboration, and that example is the role of the broker for teams and organizations that are doing abstraction and elaborations. And that led us down multiple paths. For example, with the need to do multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary research, the role that engineering has with the social and behavioral sciences, or how do we put those two domains together. But we also understood that the way we are conducting our research, and when we look at brokering, that we come to investigate the mirroring hypothesis between the team that actually creates or the organization that creates the artifact and the artifact itself. And so what became apparent is the importance of the physical and social systems, and that it is that we have these multiple domains that come together to provide some theoretical underpinning of how we understand abstraction and elaboration in the context of both the organization as well as the artifact. I'd like to conclude with a couple of things related to the workshop. We did spend some time in terms of some of the conclusions of the workshop in terms of how do we brand this kind of research, how do we integrate different points of view, how to market the work, how to organize the community, how to reach out to experts and other communities and reach out to the users of the theory. Thank you very much.